When they're outside back dribbles, I get stuck on if I should come and press or not, because then I leave a player out wide and they always just play a downline ball.
This is actually a really common question that I get while coaching. I imagine a lot of coaches get this question. Players will often bring up, when I have two people to deal with, what do I do? In this case, this is our right back, and she said as their left back made a run out of the back and beat our winger. She said, do I press that player and leave the player I was marking, or do I drop off and allow her to go forward without any pressure? This is video from a couple weeks ago in one of our tournaments, and in this scenario, our wing player on the right unfortunately got beat in that challenge. It kind of bounced off the two players and it fell right for their player. So here, we're the team in blue, and you can see that we've got a really good numbers situation. We have plenty of people behind the ball, and we're really okay. Right now, it's about 8 versus 6, including our goalkeeper, because she's going to help us defend. But in this situation, we could very easily allow them to have a numbers up situation if we're not careful. Now, they would love to progress through this yellow space down in the flank, and over here they have a 2 versus 1 situation. So if our right back leaves her mark and goes forward to press, she is now helping them advance and encouraging them to play the ball in behind us, and that would allow them to kind of turn that corner and head into the center if we're not careful. So if we're able to drop off and allow them to dribble forward, more people get back and we get organized a little bit easier because we have more time while she dribbles than we would if we allowed her to pass. If we can force her into the center, you can see in some spots we have a 3v1. Directly to the center we have a 2v1. And if we allow her to dribble forward, the pass that our right back would have to deal with and be concerned about would be more flat instead of being played behind us, and it's a little easier to deal with. You do see in that navy blue circle there our 3v1, and the sky circle a 2v1. On the backside, this is another thing that players will often get anxious about, is on the backside that player might say, I've got 2 players to deal with. But the thing is, by the time they get the ball to that side of the field, we will have slid players across and we can deal with it. So I'm not as concerned about what's happening in that yellow circle on the far side of the field. There should be a conversation between our 11, our left wing, and our left back. They should probably be saying, hey, do you need me to come back? And she'll say, no, I think I'm okay right now, but in case they do switch it, I may need you to drop off. You can see as we went and pressed here, we opened up and encouraged them to pass the ball behind us. So that pass beat a number of players in our midfield, and that recovery from our right back has to be to go give cover now for a center back who's pressing. So in that situation right there, I would actually drop off and allow her to dribble forward and then force her into an area where we have more of a crowd. If more of our central players come out wide and we have the help out there, I might force that player wide because now she's got the sideline to deal with, and that can help me win the ball back. So, but in that situation, I wouldn't press. I would go ahead and drop off, let her dribble a little bit, let us get organized, and see if I can force her to where I have some help with numbers or to where I have some help with the sideline. If you look at this animation, you'll see when we go ahead and press, we encourage them to pass. Especially, we all know when I get halfway there in this role, I get halfway there, they're just going to play it around me. So encouraging a team to pass by going and pressing a little too early might create a numbers up situation for them and difficulty for us to get back. If I allow that player to dribble, because I run faster without the ball than I do with it, that central player might get back and help us with our numbers situation. If I go and press that player too early, they will play it around me, and then they're going to go numbers up. If I can allow her to dribble, when she finally passes that ball, it's going to be a little more square and a lot easier for me to get out there and press without being concerned that they're going to threaten the space behind us. If we do have other numbers on the field and I decide that I am going to go press, I need to cut off that path to that player and force her into the middle. But you also have to be really careful about this. The higher up the field you do this, or the quicker you do it, you may find yourself in a situation where you've created a large gap, especially if your center defender is not staying close to you and is a little more central. And obviously on the other side, if I try to force her wide and cut off that play to the middle, I'm going to create an opportunity where they can play behind us and get behind us quickly.